This is the instructional portion for this video for left-right. So the song starts off, and it's basically doing these cycles in the video. This is an E minor 11 chord. It's kind of a common position, a common voicing of the chord. I like it. It's on the 7th fret of the A string. There's a 9 in there, but yeah. And I'm doing these pull-offs, and I'm doing that to the B minor 7 on the 6th string root, and then the 8th fret, which is this C major 13 chord I use pretty frequently. And then I'm just pulling off on the 12th fret, hammering on and pulling off kind of down the 12th fret, and I'm skipping a string. So you can hear this sound. You kind of see I'm doing that classical style vibrato. I think that sounds really nice for pulling off taps. Anyway, so the next part gets into this butterfly tapping section, and the internet kind of coined this term. I'm not exactly sure why. Someone after a show one time told me that they liked the fluttering sound, so maybe it has something to do with like a wing kind of flapping kind of sound. But before we get into the actual part, I want to show you just a couple of ways to kind of start to practice this. You can take this C major 13 shape, which is actually a pretty powerful shape to hammer on. It's like easier for me to do that than hammer on just like a root and third. But just do right, left, left. And butterfly tapping is sort of this rudimental kind of thinking where you're thinking like a drummer would. You're taking little fragments of rhythmic ideas and you're kind of piecing them together and practicing all these different permutations of it. But on the electric guitar, you get this really cool percussive smack. So it has this interesting sound, but I would just try right, left, left, and you'll feel right away this pain in your left hand, this kind of sound. And you can try to practice it in bursts, something like. But yeah, slow. Also doing some kind of like galloping sound can help you kind of catch your breath, so to speak. So you'll feel that pain there. After that, I would try to do a triplet, and this is kind of a powerful sound, especially to like introduce yourself in a jam. A lot of times people will be playing a dominant chord on a vamp or something, and I'll just come in really strong with this kind of sound. And we'd use that in other parts of our songs, but it's just triplet 1, da-da-da-da. And you'll see all I'm doing is moving down. I'm hitting adjacent strings on the B and the G, and you can see it in the tab from before. It's the same idea. Moving down one string, and I'm hitting this in between. Right, left, right, left. So that's triplet 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And you can do this and practice it with different chords. You can kind of use the chords in the song. And I'll take like a minor 7 chord. So then you want to try to do 2 of these. And you can actually do them kind of indefinitely, but doing 2, and I'm kind of throwing in the top, so you kind of hear a clear distinction between the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 kind of sound. So that's a powerful sound, and it's kind of the main theme of the riff and left, right. So you can kind of hear that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And you can do that in a lot of other places. You can do it indefinitely. So the way I'm doing it, I'm kind of moving down the strings. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can kind of see when you do a triplet with 2 hands, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you have to kind of alternate where you're accenting it. And sometimes an exaggerated accent can help you kind of get it down in the beginning. I would just put on some kind of drum beat and then try to play. You can outline chord progressions all over the place. So doing 2 of those or indefinite ones. You gotta move around. You don't have to go in any specific pattern, but the percussive smack is kind of coming from the staccato thing where I'm tapping the note and I'm just releasing pressure before I fully depart. So rather than hitting a note hard and having notes ring out unintentionally, I kind of stay on the string after I stop it from ringing out for like milliseconds before I leave. and that kind of allows you to have that smack without any kind of excess noise. So yeah, so the main riff is this 2-triplet thing, and then it sounds like it's in, I guess it sounds like 7 and 9, but it's actually just 4/4. But the phrasing is that, and then so I'm going. So you have these little in between. Then I go to this E minor chord. Sometimes I get kind of slack about hitting this minor third on the top of it. This E minor 11, and the 11 is not necessarily a hit because that's a part of a bar. So it's kind of more like an E minor 9. But when I hammer it on in the moment, it's kind of hard to always get to that exact note. So sometimes I'll just hit that. But that's the minor 7 part on the B, the 7th fret of the low E string. All of this is on the 6 strings. And then back here, and then I kind of do this cycle thing, and if you hear the rest of the song, there's the constant kind of, I'm just moving through basically minor thirds. I'm using this progression. So the other parts of the song kind of take those major 13 chords up minor thirds. It's kind of just a technique. I ended up liking the way the sound, it kind of had this internal stability. So then, I mean, you can actually play around with it. And move it really anywhere, and it kind of justifies itself as soon as you get there. But yeah, from here, I move down to the C sharp minor sound, so you get this. And now I'm tapping the 9th fret. And that's where I'm at the A major 13, then I kind of move up, back to the C, and then I end it on the E flat. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot to butterfly tapping and this kind of rudimental way of thinking. If you want to get more into it, there's this book, Stick Control. It's like $7 on Amazon, but it's just tons of like left and right hand combinations. I'll probably be doing more material about it specifically, but it's really fun. I just opened it to a random page. You could also look up like paradiddle family, and there's all these different paradiddles, which are basically a rhythmic fragment and then a mirrored version of it next to it, and it can kind of give you a lot of kind of cohesive ways of practicing it. Lots of cool stuff here. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for supporting my Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. Happy tapping. Thank you.